Hi, my name is Sarah Mefford, and this is my video in response to the questions that were presented in the email to me regarding the 5th grade position at Wheeling Elementary. I would first like to say thank you so very much for reaching out to me and reviewing my qualifications and considering me for this position. I really hope that I hear from you soon and that I'm able to continue on in the next steps in this amazing process.
With which cartoon character do you share the most personality traits with?
A cartoon character I really feel that I share a lot of personality traits with would be Wile E. Coyote. I know in the cartoons that he's always out to get the Roadrunner, but that isn't the personality trait that is his strongest. Some of the strongest qualities he has that I share are his determination. No matter what happens, he is always continuing his pursuit. And that has been the same for me. I've been trying to break into a classroom now for 4 years, and I haven't given up, and I won't give up until I reach my goal. He is resilient. He comes back time and time again from his failures. The same thing has happened to me. I can't tell you how many positions that I've applied for across the state of Colorado. I think I'm close to 4,000 now, and it's taken a tremendous amount of resilience on my part to come back from every automatic email that I'm no longer being considered, to continue taking positions that further me along and give me the experiences that might get me into a classroom. Another characteristic that I share with him is perseverance. That I don't give up, I won't give up, I can do this, I will do this, it will happen for me. He's also a very creative problem solver, creative and a problem solver. I'm a creative problem solver. You have to be a creative problem solver to be in the teaching profession. You never know what's going to happen. The perfectly planned lesson can go off in a matter of seconds if you don't have... You just never know. It can just go off in a matter of seconds, and you have to all of a sudden come up with a new solution to how you're going to teach that material. And also, I think it's good to be a problem solver because you need to role model that for our students. We want our students to become creative problem solvers. Wile E. Coyote is also very resourceful. He's always looking for the things that surround him to help him make his creations at catching the Roadrunner. I am always looking for the things around me, such as my peer group that I work with, the friends I have made along the way, my family, to constantly give me the help and support and the resources that I need. Blogs, We Are Teacher, The Happy Hooligans, webinars, seminars, trainings, anything like that to give me resources and bring me in. Not only that, looking to things that we can access for our classroom for free resources, such as things from the museum, the zoo, different nonprofits, and those kinds of things. And he also is always willing to learn. He's always looking up new ways to build his contraptions. And that is another strong thing about me. I am truly a lifelong learner. I love finding out new things. And I think as a teacher, we always need to continue on that path of being a lifelong learner.
What aspects of the teacher life has attracted you to the profession?
Well, I admit, when I was growing up, I never in a million years thought I would ever want to be a teacher. I worked in a lot of jobs from the time I was 15, and I found that I always excelled at training people and helping them learn their job. And so then I thought about maybe teaching would be good for me, but I wasn't sure that I wanted to fully pursue it. So I started doing jobs working with children, and I admit, I loved helping them achieve their goals and seeing those aha light bulb moments. And now, with all the experience that I've had, I take pride in educating our youth and being a role model for our future leaders. And also, I think teaching brings a great life balance for a lot of people. I can have a very rewarding career and still have my family, be a mother, be a wife, be a volunteer, be involved in my kids' school.
What do you know about Wheeling?
Well, here's what I know about Wheeling Elementary. It's an IB school, which is an amazing thing for an elementary school because of your global focus on education. You, being an IB school, you use inquiry-based instruction, or I like to think you guys are using project-based learning as part of that. I really love how you guys use the whole child approach to education. I'm a firm believer in that we need to be looking at the whole child and not just aspects of the child in order to make them successful. I understand that you're currently working on focusing on improving your overall reading for all of the students. This is such an amazing thing as well. Reading is just not something that you need to do for school. It is a life skill. You can't be a functioning citizen or adult without being able to read. You need it forever. I think your mascot truly speaks to what every student should be striving to be, an explorer. I love how you have strong community support, not only from your staff and your parents, but also from the surrounding businesses and organizations that donate time, money, and special things like the bike that all your students received. I don't know if it was last Christmas or when they received it, but that was such an emotionally moving video you guys have on your website about that. And I also know that you have a diverse student population, which is a wonderful thing to have in the school because that is the way the world is. We live in a very diverse world, and our students need to be surrounded by that from very early on and learn how to collaborate, communicate, and work with everyone.
Why should families trust you to help raise their kids?
I think families should trust me because I'm actively involved with creating a loving, nurturing environment that cultivates the growth of each individual child, whether it is in an individual or group setting. I help them find solutions to their problems. I have a lot of experience with children, and I've been doing this for a long time and working with kids in a lot of different ways. And if people didn't trust me already, I don't think I would have made it as far with kids as I have. I'm passionate about learning and education, and I truly want each and every single student that I work with to be as successful as possible, and I really feel like they are like my child. I want the very best for them in everything that they can have. And again, I have a proven track record. I have over 10 years experience working with children in a variety of different capacities in the K through 6 setting. I have over 7 years experience being a Girl Scout leader and volunteer. I did 2 years on the PTA of my daughter's school as a vice president, and I have over 12 years from a parent perspective of being parent volunteer, working in my daughter's classrooms as a reading mentor, helping grade papers, put together projects for teachers, a variety of different things.
Tell us what the term culturally responsive teaching means to you, and describe what it would look like in your work with students at Wheeling.
I think culturally responsive teaching means, first of all, understanding and really celebrating and appreciating the cultures of each of the students that I would be privileged to work with. That means understanding that their customs, their beliefs, their educational systems from the countries or the cultures that they are from. I think that you take that knowledge and then you infuse that into your teaching, and you do that by using books that speak to different cultures, literature books. 5th grade, some examples that jump to my mind are Freak the Mighty, Esperanza Rising, The Island of the Blue Dolphins, Number the Stars, Lois Lowry's Number the Stars. Those books each of them comes with a specific culture that's behind it. They give a global perspective. They give the students a chance to see kids who are similar to their age in extraordinary situations. I would do family biographies because that's part of the 5th grade writing, is learning biographies. So the students would actually research a family member of theirs and be able to more delve into their own cultures and everything. I would infuse real life scenarios into math problems and math word problems. I'd be presenting a global view on the revolution. The revolution is something that we study in 5th grade. So presenting it from all sides, the United States or the colonial side, the English, the French, the indigenous peoples that were living in the United States. What did each of those parties bring to the table? These are just a few small examples of what I would do and would bring cultural responsive teaching into the classroom.
What aspects of who we are make you think that we might be a good match for you?
I think Wheeling would be a great match for me because I am passionate about seeing children succeed and grow and become the global leaders that we are going to so desperately need in our future. I love the fact that it's an elementary school that is implementing the IB program at a young age and setting those students on the college and career path. I'm dedicated, I'm determined, I would work hard, I would value the input of my peers, and I would love Wheeling to be the place that I could call, hey, they're the ones that gave me the chance to have my first classroom.
What do you know about the IBPYP?
What do I know about the IBPYP? That it has a global perspective on teaching. There's a focus on multilingualism. I'm trying to recall because I'm new to the IB. I've known about it for a long time, but I'm going to be honest, I've never worked in an IB school. I've never had a student in an IB school, so thank you for sending all that information. It really helped me. I knew that International Baccalaureate was a focus on teaching things from a global perspective, but I didn't really understand how to implement that in the primary years until I read that material. So again, a global perspective on teaching, a focus on multilingualism, making our students international problem solvers. I love how it fosters acceptance and understanding for other cultures and awareness of our planet. And it really sets students on a great trajectory to have a successful path for college and career and then become those global leaders. And how would I infuse that into the classroom? Of course, I would follow the school's standard curriculum, whatever program it is you're using. I love the fact that you guys have chosen Spanish as your primary language. I don't speak a lot of Spanish. I've been working on it. But I love how you bring the teachers in on that who don't speak it and infuse that into your classroom and into their classrooms. So we're all kind of learning together. So I would do culture studies, for example. Here's just some examples of what you might see in the classroom. Culture studies, definitely project-based assignments, step into another country units. Strategies, I would teach students strategies that are used in other educational systems throughout the world, in math and reading. Literature, like I spoke about already with cultural responsive, literature and books with a global influence. Hands-on science experiments and studying how that science not only impacts us, but how it might impact different cultures and what kind of impact the science has on the planet itself. I would do native language days where students who were English as a second language learners would have free reign to speak and write and use their language for an entire day. My classroom decor would speak to a more global perspective with pictures of students from other parts of the world, flags from around the world. I would bring in guest speakers who come from different backgrounds and different areas and different cultures, and have them speak to my students about what they do and how they got to where they were. And the list goes on and on. It would be an amazing thing to be able to really help students learn on a global level, to see how that globalism really comes right back down into their backyards. And I just really, again, would like to thank you for the opportunity for viewing my video. I really look forward to hearing from you again. I want to wish you the very best of luck in your school year at Wheeling, and a bright and successful future to all of your students.